Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, we are following 3 big stories tonight. 2 people are dead after a boating accident at Claytor Lake. We are on the scene live with what happened.
The governor visits a local school as more students return to class. What's included in the newly passed stimulus bill to make that process easier?
But first, shocking details in the preliminary reports looking into allegations of racism at Virginia Military Institute.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for 10 News at 6. I'm Lindsay Ward.
I'm John Carlin. Investigators looking into claims of racism and discrimination at VMI say they have found evidence. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett joins us live tonight after hearing from the Institute. So, Lindsay, what have you learned?
Independent investigators say cadets and alumni describe the use of racial slurs as a common experience at VMI. This investigation is far from over and several things are standing in the way.
Results from an independent investigation into Virginia Military Institute detail the use of racial slurs, including the N-word, according to interviews with cadets and alumni. Although the investigation began in October, the team says several factors have slowed down the process, including logistical challenges interviewing current cadets and VMI's desire to have school lawyers present at every interview with cadets, alumni, or faculty members, even if they don't represent the individual. The investigative team also says VMI is hesitant to provide documents despite reassurance that the school would not inadvertently violate any federal or state laws. Investigators say they are still missing large batches of documents that are essential. The report also details that members across the VMI community said discrimination and treatment of female cadets may be more concerning than conditions for racial minorities. When asked about the report on Tuesday, here's what Governor Ralph Northam had to say.
I think a lot of the findings, while they're preliminary, are very disturbing. And so the investigation needs to continue. It needs to continue unencumbered, and I urge the folks at VMI to cooperate.
In a statement to 10 News, a VMI spokesperson writes in part, "We have turned over 44,000 pages of documents and continue to encourage cadets, faculty, staff, and alumni to cooperate. VMI is deeply troubled by the accounts detailed in the report and will continue to foster a culture where all members of its community are treated with dignity and respect."
To get more interviews, investigators are also sending out a survey. The team also found that many alumni had never heard racial slurs used in a derogatory way and that the majority of alumni, even those who were critical, were still extremely loyal to the school. The final results of this investigation are expected by June 1st. Reporting live in Lexington, I'm Lindsay Kennett, 10 News working for you.
Tonight, crews are investigating after 2 people were killed in a boating accident on Claytor Lake. That's where 10 News reporter Alexis Davila joins us now live. So, Alexis, you've just learned some new information within the past 30 minutes.
That's right. Conservation Police tells us that 2 victims were involved in this deadly accident. They're the only ones. Total 2 victims lost here. And 1 person on each boat. We are told a passerby reported a crash between 2 fishing boats at around 11:45 this morning. Multiple agencies responded here to Peak Creek, which is about half a mile away from where the incident took place on Claytor Lake. Since there were no witnesses, they still do not know what caused the crash. However, they are taking this opportunity to remind people to take precaution before venturing out on the water.
Virginia waterway laws are all there for a purpose, and wearing their life jackets, taking the proper boating courses, things like that are always things that we advise people to do.
The names of the victims have not been released yet, and Hite does tell us that the Conservation Police will take lead on this investigation. We'll continue to follow this, and any information, any new updates we will have, we will let you know. Live in Pulaski County, Alexis Davila, 10 News, working for you.
Your $1,400 stimulus check could be in your bank account later on this month. All that's left now is the president's signature to make Congress's nearly $2 trillion relief a reality. The measure pumps more funding into vaccine rollouts and helping schools reopen, 2 key areas for the Biden administration. While the move is good for Biden's pre-presidential promises, political experts say that the process shines light on challenges that he may face moving forward.
that extent, it's quite positive. At the same time, others would say what could be ironic about it is not only the timing of the vote at the 50-day mark, but also that it has shown very clearly it's going to be very difficult for Mr. Biden to keep his promise of trying to work across the aisle.
The relief plan passed along party lines.
As we near closer to Governor Northam's deadline for schools to offer in-person learning, he toured Giles High School today to see how they're able to make it happen. The district has long welcomed students back, which is why the governor wanted to see how they've been able to safely achieve it. That safety record has local leaders looking ahead to graduation.
Our number of COVID cases are going down. Our number of vaccinations are going up. So Secretary Carney and I and some of our other staff in Richmond, we're really working hard to make sure that we can have graduations. We're going to probably encourage it to be outdoors.
Northam has said he will look at loosening large gathering restrictions next month. Right now, the max is 250 people. Henry County students are back in class for the first time since late last year. A third of students decided to return to a hybrid learning schedule. Teachers welcomed back Laurel Park Middle School students with handmade signs. The school division says about half its staff is vaccinated, playing a big part in their return.
We want everyone to have that same opportunity because they all play a huge role in supporting our students. Today is officially the 2-week mark where everyone has had 2 weeks beyond their second vaccine for the most part.
The county expects an increase in summer school since it will offer in-person instruction.
Well, take a look. This is how Sova Health Martinsville staff members are celebrating some good news, a good milestone in the fight against COVID-19. The hospital's COVID-19 unit has been empty for a full week for the first time since last March. There are a handful of COVID-19 patients in the intensive care unit at the hospital, but the unit feels like no victory is too small to celebrate. Nonprofits dedicated to helping the community are getting your help today.
Sort of a boost in the arm day.
How much money you've donated as part of Roanoke Valley Gives Day.
And you are looking at a live picture from our Liberty University Skycam overlooking Lynchburg. A little more cloud cover around right now, but no matter how you slice it, it was a beautiful day to be outside. If you don't remember anything else, remember this. Spend some time outside tomorrow, too, because big changes are headed our way. We'll detail those coming up.
Well, the clock is ticking on one of the biggest local days of giving.
It's Roanoke Valley Gives Day, supporting more than 140 local nonprofits. As 10 News reporter Jessica Jewell explains, new tonight at 6, a year into the pandemic, that need is greater than ever before.
With the pandemic changing so much about our communities, the groups that make up the essence of those communities have struggled to keep up. The Grandin Theater is just one of those. The lights not quite as bright as they once were.
Before COVID, I was a first-run movie theater, and I was open 365 days a year, and I showed between 120 and 140 movies a week. During COVID, I show 1 to 2 movies a week.
The Star City staple has been getting by with private rentals and more than ever depending on community support.
So we can continue to remain viable, so we can continue to deliver programs, so we can continue to keep our doors open, so we can continue to keep our staff employed.
It's a similar storyline for many of the 140 nonprofits participating in Roanoke Valley Gives Day, especially those trying to serve an increased need.
People still struggle to put food on their table. Pre-COVID, they did, and during COVID, they have. Post-COVID, they will.
Feeding Southwest Virginia, a lifeline for more people than ever. The Community Solutions Center providing food for children and seniors and resuming its training program to help people find jobs. But all that is dependent on funding.
We say $1 can provide up to 5 meals, so it doesn't take a lot, but everybody pulling together to make that happen is what makes it happen, and we get it done together.
That spirit of togetherness driving a new sense of community.
I have to look for a silver lining, right, in the middle of all this, and that has been to see the generosity.
Helping those who help us. In Roanoke, Jessica Jewell, 10 News, working for you.
Now we've got some great updates for you here. So far, you've helped organizers exceed the $900,000 goal. So far, they have raised more than $928,000. You can find the link to donate and the organizations participating at WSLS.com.
Keep giving, we can maybe hit 1 million. Well, one Campbell County town is launching a mobile app to boost its downtown business. Alta Vista officials say the district's app offers a business directory, parking information, walking tours, calendar of events, and updated COVID-19 protocols. It is free for business owners to sign up, and you can get the app now, but it will be completed next month.
Tell you what, a burn ban is well underway, and the risk of brush fires is high.
This weather is not doing us any favors.
When fire crews recommend you burn something again so you don't have to call them. We want to show you this. This brush fire along I-77 in Wythe County is becoming a more common sight due to the dry, warm weather we've experienced lately.
In fact, we're under an elevated wildfire risk tonight, and that's because of low humidity and potentially high winds. The risk is widespread. Franklin County firefighters put out 4 brush fires yesterday and 20 since the start of fire season last month. The Department of Forestry is recommending you hold off on burning anything until we get rain again.
When you have hot, dry conditions like what we're having, it makes fuel more available. And so grasses are what we consider to be fine, flashy fuels. And that means flashy meaning they burn very quickly.
Now, the burn ban lasts until the end of April. You cannot burn after 4 p.m. if you're closer than 300 feet from the woods.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
As John and Lindsay said, and it bears repetition, we are under a fire weather watch on Thursday. We're going to be breezy, going to have some gusts up to 25 to 30 miles per hour on Thursday. We're going to have low humidity around, air still very dry, and the ground is dry too. So again, please don't burn anything on Thursday. A fire weather watch is in effect. It might be upgraded to a red flag warning. We'll see how it all pans out here over the next 12 to 18 hours. Here's a look at the satellite and radar composite. And for us, we do have a little bit of cloud cover around right now. But the clouds are really going to increase for us here as we head Thursday night into Friday. By Friday, that's when a big pattern change starts to set in for us. Tomorrow, we're going to be dry, as we were just telling you. We're going to be partly to at times mostly sunny. A day Thursday similar to what we had outside today. But then Thursday night, the clouds really start to roll in. Friday, we're looking at maybe a few showers in the morning, but a better chance for some widely scattered showers as we head into Friday afternoon. You need to know not everybody gets wet on Friday. Looks like the highest concentration of wet weather will be in areas along and west of the Parkway. So you folks probably in the Mountain Empire, New River Valley have among the better chances to get wet here as we head into Friday. And if you do get wet, you're probably only going to see about 1/10 of an inch of rain. Others may see a trace, but you need to know this is not going to be a huge rainmaker for us on Friday. A much better chance for rain will come into play for us here next week. It is going to be a little bit even on the humid side for us here as we head into Friday. It's been so dry outside. It has been, dealing with dew points in the single digits in some areas here for the last couple of days or so. But as this front approaches, the humidity goes up. However, the humidity goes back down as we head into the weekend. And then we turn our attention this weekend to another storm system out to the west of us. This is going to be our weather maker here during the early part of the next work week. It's going to dump feet of snow towards the Rocky Mountain states. As it gets closer to us, it will bring us the chance for some rain as we head into Monday and Tuesday. Looks like it may start even Monday morning with perhaps a light wintry mix in areas north of 460. We're going to have to fine tune that forecast for you as the time draws near. Temperatures right now, 58 Hot Springs, Lynchburg 66, Roanoke 69, Danville 70, 66 in Wytheville. Tonight, not as chilly. Skies nothing worse than partly cloudy. Overnight lows everywhere 42 to 49. 3-day zone by zone forecast showing the New River Valley having among the better chances for rain on Friday. You're down to 57 for a high on Saturday. For the Highlands, only a few showers possible on Friday, maybe a stray shower Saturday. You're going to be among the, drier spots here late this week. South side, you're going to have temperatures in the middle 70s Thursday and Friday, falling into the middle 60s by Saturday. Lynchburg, your warmest day is going to be tomorrow, 76. Then you fall into the 40s on Monday and Tuesday. And for the Roanoke Valley, some scattered showers possible on Friday. Can't rule out a stray shower Saturday or Sunday. A better chance for rain will come for us here on Monday.
Another standout star from the New River Valley moving on. Today we celebrate the Bobcats quarterback Zane Roop, who is headed to Emory and Henry. Now the Wasps are busy making the move to Division II.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward for them going up in D2, and they're going to have a lot of more competition, and I'm excited for that. They've got a really good football team. I really love the coaching staff. They've put a lot of effort in recruiting me, and I really appreciated that. They've got a great education that I want to further mine in, and I just think it'd be a great home for me.
Roop is a 3-year starter for the Bobcats. They're currently 1-0 in the spring after defeating James River in our Game of the Week last Friday. He passed for 878 and 9 scores and rushed for nearly 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns back in 2019. Here's the Captain Obvious statement of the week. Ron Rivera admits he was scared Alex Smith might get hurt. Yes, so was everybody. We're happy he's still okay. The Rangers looking at a possible full house for an opener. That would be 41,000 because Texas, as you know, is now wide open. And the Jayhawks have fired their football coach, Les Miles, and their AD who hired their football coach.
That's fun to watch.
Yes.
I thought that was trick photography. That ball did not spin.
It was not.
Nightly news next.
We'll see you back here at 7.